Hey, been a minute. I hadn't talked to you guys in a bit. What's going on in the world? Is anything weird? Anything wrong? Yeah, I figured it's time for me to at least do my part and be the musician that doesn't shut up and sing. And we're headed for a pretty scary place, guys. We are really heading down the path of authoritarianism and fascism. There's really no other way to put it. What happened in Minneapolis felt a little bit like a tipping point. It's a scary time when you watch a video and you've got our government literally chiming in and seeing what we're seeing with our own eyes and what happened, which is her steering away from the ICE agent, and he unloaded and shot her in the face 3 times. Dead. A mother. And all because his fragile fucking ego and masculinity was challenged by a woman, and he didn't like that. And I don't care what you think. You can sit there and try to buy into what JD Vance and all these other, assholes are trying to sell you, that it didn't happen, that you didn't see that with your own eyes, but you saw it, and you saw her steering away. You know it. She was not being forceful and not being erratic whatsoever. We all know this. But if you choose to believe that and believe them and side with them on this, then, we've got a bigger problem here. And the bigger problem is that you can't admit that you're wrong. You just can't admit, people can't admit that they signed up for a government that they historically, and their parents probably indoctrinated them into as well, and were raised, Republican, and that's fine. I lived in a house growing up that voted Republican and Democrat, and it was more who was the best person for the job. And now it seems to be more a lifestyle, way of life, and a credo that you're just once a Republican, always a Republican, or once a Democrat, always a Democrat. And honestly, if this would have been a Democrat government in office right now, and this happened, we would be screaming about that it's wrong, and that they fucked up, and that this is that this has been a terrible thing. So it shouldn't have anything to do with that, but there's a cult of personality in office right now, and a lot of people are just in firm belief and hardline stance that everything he says is right and every lie he tells is the truth. And we're literally on the brink of collapse. Actually, we're already there, of a collapsed society here in this country. And I think the only way out of this is for us to try our best to use some critical thinking and also eat some fucking humble pie and live with some humility and understand that it's okay to say you were wrong and that you voted for the wrong guy because you didn't like her laugh or her policies or whatever. I totally understand that. I have a lot of Republican friends and family, and I love them dearly. But if at this point, if you are hardlining and siding with a fascist, racist, bigoted regime, which is what this is, you can call it whatever you want, and you can make all the excuses in the world, but the DHS website and social media accounts have been posting ICE recruitment ads using a blatant, obvious, popular white nationalist anthem for music in the background. Go look at it. It's there. It's not bullshit. It's actually happening. And they don't care. Their mask is off and their hood is on now, I guess. And I know that sucks to hear, especially for people that voted for this, because I know that there's a lot of good people that voted for this. I know I'm related to and love and have lots of friends that are, dyed-in-wool Republicans. And if they voted for this, I'm not happy about it, but at the same time, I gotta think that there's some self-reflecting happening here, because I know these are people that are not racist and that are good people and have big hearts. And, there was a lot of years there where I was just being told, and we were being told, you're overreacting. We're not racist, nothing. It's like, no, yeah, we are. We are a pretty fucked up country when it comes to that. And it's trending worldwide, honestly. It's everywhere. So, I don't know. I just wanted to take a minute, give my 2 cents of narcissism on social media here and just say that I stand with the woman that was killed and murdered in Minneapolis. And I care a lot about humans, and I care a lot about people being treated fairly. And I give a shit about even, people of color and people of different sexuality and different religion. And the fact that we think that this America has to be all white and all Christian and all straight hetero, and that's not the America that I've known my whole life, and it's not the America I want to live in, to be honest. So I'm sure lots of people will say, well, then fucking leave. And I probably will, but at the same time, if I don't at least try to use my voice to say something, then I don't think I'll be able to live with that. And, if you don't agree, and if you're pissed off that I have an opinion because I'm a tax-paying, traveling American citizen, then there's an unfollow button there that I would just encourage you to press it, and don't worry about coming back. Hey, kitty. Hey, kitty, kitty. So, we can agree to disagree on a lot of things, but one thing right now that there's a hard line in the sand is that we are not going to be able to tolerate this sort of hatred and division and racist rhetoric and bigotry. And anyway, that's my rambling and my rant. At the end of the day, I just would love to say that I'm sorry to the families that ICE have tortured and done horrible things and treated their situations unfairly, especially for Mrs. Good up in Minneapolis. And I love you guys. Here's another kitty. But yeah, I probably won't come back and do this again. I just wanted to go ahead and get it off my chest because I love you, and I hope everyone can find enough love in their heart to see what's right and wrong. All right, good night.